Old man Rivers is back in the NFL. Philip Rivers, the 44-year-old retired quarterback, unretired today, signing a deal with the Indianapolis Colts. Multiple reports say he signed to the team's practice squad and could have a chance to play Sunday against the Seattle Seahawks. The Colts did place quarterback Daniel Jones on injured reserve with his Achilles injury. Rookie quarterback Riley Leonard is dealing with a knee issue. That's why his status for Week 15 is up in the air. The Steelers have the Dolphins on Monday Night Football in Week 15. Pittsburgh head coach Mike Tomlin said today that he believes wide receiver DK Metcalf will be available for that game despite needing to spend the night in Baltimore following their win against the Ravens at a hospital because of a stomach issue. The Philadelphia Phillies and slugger Kyle Schwarber have agreed to a 5-year deal worth $150 million. The Dodgers signed former Mets closer Edwin Diaz to a 3-year deal worth $69 million. Leo Messi named the MLS MVP for the second straight year. I'm Dan Beyer.
What an aggravating trash Tuesday today is.
Oh, why don't you cry about it, you sports baby?
Ah, son of a...
You know what I call it? Juan Soto Karma is what I call it.
Oh, Juan Soto Karma.
Soda Karma. Soto Karma. So I'm Covino.
Hey, bud.
That's Rich, the sad Mets fan.
Oh, boy.
Welcome to the show. The showgram program known as Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Of course, we're going to talk about...
Old guys.
Old guys and Edwin Diaz, the new Dodger. We might play some games today. Definitely give away some prizes. Why the hell not?
Yeah, bud.
Hope you had a Chargers sort of Monday night, not an Eagles 5 turnovers sort of Monday.
Five turnovers. Sounds delicious.
Not a Jalen Hurts sort of Monday. Let's rock out. Let's have a kick-ass Tuesday. We got Iowa Sam on the ones and twos. Great to see you, Iowa Sam.
Oh, Sammy.
Hi.
What's up, buddy?
We got Bo Benson. Bo in for Danny G. Yo, I'm a little under the weather.
And
I'm not feeling up to par.
The great Dan Beyer, who I feel like had a little extra twinkle in his voice when he said Edwin Diaz to the Dodgers. I feel like you are okay with this.
No, I can't stand either team, to be honest with you. But I actually like I would say I would like the Mets more because of what the Dodgers did in destroying the Brewers in the NLCS.
All right, so we're cool today.
Yeah,
all right,
so we're good. We're good.
All right. Well, hey, we're going to get to that. We're going to give away prizes, like you said. And we got to start with, old guys, huh? Felipe Rivers.
Philip Rivers back in the NFL. You heard our guy, Dan B. First, we heard the rumors yesterday that he'd have a tryout today. And you're like, what? At first, the feedback I was getting from other listeners and friends were like, is this real life? Is it AI? Our super agent, Sean Wyman, hit us up immediately. He goes, is this real? And so many friends of ours were like, yo, Covino, is this real? I'm like, I don't know. And then sure enough, yeah, he's back. 44 years old.
Young. 44 years young.
I want to say that, but 44 years old. He's a young man in life still, even though he's a grandpa.
When someone's around your age, you
old
say
guy
young.
in the field. But hasn't took a snap professionally since 2020. What does that say about the league if this guy who hasn't played professionally in over 5 years could just jump right back in there? I don't know,
I'll
man.
tell you what it says. It tells
what does it say?
That
there's no one more qualified?
The trade deadline passed, so the idea of playing around with that and seeing, what backups and,
Yeah, but this is the NFL. And again, granted, he's a guy that's done it all except for win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But a high-caliber quarterback, but hasn't played. Ring rust exists.
You know what I do love?
Gameplay is different than taking snaps in your backyard with your grandkid.
I love how a bunch of the Philip Rivers clips have now reemerged on social media. Because you remember what a trash talker he was. That
90-yard touchdown,
90-yard touchdown!
90 yards!
Yo, you don't got to say that in my ear.
I do! I do got to say it.
I'm going to!
He was such a trash-talking baby, but I love him for it. And I love his competitive spirit, and, of course, I'll be rooting for him. So I'm not hating. I'm just stating. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining. I'm surprised that he's the go-to. Just goes to show you how desperate the team is.
It's
and really, it makes you wonder about the options, and can he really just step in there and play in the NFL at this stage of his life?
The football IQ didn't go away. The guy
No
still
doubt.
knows. He still knows how to read secondaries and read schemes. It's just a matter of, maybe he's healed up. If he stayed in shape, sometimes a guy retires from professional
those fast
sports.
twitch muscles, man, haven't been exercised in a long time, I'm sure.
A guy, Covino, will sometimes retire from sports, and you see him like 2 years later, and he looks like he aged a decade. And then some people, you're like, wow, when you're not playing every day and you're still going to the gym, for all we know, Phillip Rivers looks fantastic. But I think it's a combination of a few things.
He's clearly a guy that's taking care of himself, or else he wouldn't be there.
But you asked the question, how does this happen? And again, with the trade deadline passing, which means no other guy that's sitting on a practice squad, no other guy that's signed as a backup or on any part of an organization, that's off the table. So when you are so deep into injury with Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, and then beyond that, your backups and practice squad guys are hurt, you really have to then find someone.
But aren't there some younger guys recently retired?
Or maybe a guy that played in, some defunct XF, USFL league or something.
No, exactly. You would think it's a prime opportunity for someone like that.
No. You know why, though? Dan Byer, I think you would agree with me.
The wisdom is priority here?
The wisdom.
Okay. Like the Flacco sort of thing. But Flacco never stopped playing. Dude, 5 years is a long time.
But the wisdom that Phillip Rivers did have still trumps some 23-year-old kid that may have played in the XFL.
Yes, I think the Colts are just saying, come in here and just don't mess it up. We can hand it off to Jonathan Taylor, and that's how we're going to try to win football games. But just come in here, don't mess it up. And I think if you were to take a flyer on someone else out there, that would be more likely of the scenario.
And please don't misunderstand my take on this. Totally rooting for the guy. I think it's a really, really cool story. What a shock, what a surprise. So I'm just giving you my thoughts. Man, I'm surprised we didn't hear someone else. No one said Kaepernick for the first time ever.
Oh, no, that one guy that calls all the time will probably call up and say Kaepernick.
That's officially over when I haven't heard one person say that.
Super Recede?
44-year-old Phillip Rivers is the guy. And honestly, even though I'm naysaying now, I couldn't be rooting harder for him. I couldn't be more excited to see what he still has and how it goes down. But at 44, he has a million kids. He has grandkids. He's a grandpa. How many grandpas do you know in the NFL?
Hey, listen, Tom Brady competed at an age older than Phillip Rivers is now. And, in fact, if Phillip Rivers does play.
But he stopped 5 years. That's the difference. We just talked about the retirement of Henry Cejudo, right? The term is ring rust or octagon rust in this case. He retired for a minute, tried to come back. He was a champion. Two-time champion, gold medal winner, was never the same after taking that time off. Your body gets into a different state, and it's hard to come back to where you once were. He got his ass kicked to the last few fights, honestly, because he stopped. You got to keep those reps going. You got to stay fresh. No one could ever take away what he accomplished in the NFL, but when you stop like that and then you pick it up at this age, it's a different ball game, pun intended. I'm wishing him the best. I don't want to see an injury, and, I hope he proves us wrong. I'm just saying it's not easy, and this is the NFL, dude. These are young guys.
I know, dude, but you know what? I think Phillip Rivers gives old guy hope, and
hell yeah, I'm all for that.
Keep this in mind as well. Keep this in mind. What you're saying makes sense. The football IQ's there, and Dan Byer pointed out, if you're handed the ball off to Phillip Rivers, and you're a guy that could grasp an offensive scheme. And, hey, meet Michael Pittman Jr. You guys, a couple slant patterns.
Dude, what was Daniel Jones really doing when he hurt his Achilles, when he tore his Achilles? He wasn't really doing anything much. Don't you worry a little bit? Aren't you concerned about an older Phillip Rivers?
That's
who hasn't played at game speed. There's such a difference there. It's like when we're doing a mic test,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mic check. Mic check 1, 2. Hey, we good? Test 1, mic check, mic 2, test 1, test 2, Mike Ditka, Dick Butkus, Mike Ditka, Dick Butkus. And then when you get on there, you're like, hey, it's Covino and Rich.
Then you're overmodulating like an unpro.
Yeah, because it's different when the lights are on, when the game is real. It's always different. It's
All
not
right.
the same as
Well-
taking snaps in practice or, like I said, in your backyard with your 12 kids and grandkids.
Phillip Rivers, if he does take a snap this Sunday, will be the second grandfather to play in the NFL. Do you know the first?
I do because we talked about it earlier.
DB, do you know the first? He'd be the second pappy. Grandpappy.
Can I workshop it a little with you guys?
you know what?
Okay,
Yeah,
so
well,
George Blanda was a name that was always very popular. I was also thinking maybe there was a kicker because kickers were
Yeah, good one.
so that's kind of where my mind
I
is
think
going.
George Blanda just looked like a grandpa.
Yeah, you're right.
He looked older than my grandpa.
It's a little more current, believe it or not.
Really?
I'll give you that.
Okay.
I think kicker's a good guess, though,
Yeah.
because they
Okay.
usually play a long time.
I was going to say John Carney.
It was Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
When he played for the Vikings, grandfather.
Well, I did some
I wouldn't have
research
guessed.
for you. Yeah, I totally forgot that, Rich. I looked up athletes that played at 44. You mentioned,
when you scheme people out of money and send your penis picture places, people forget the other things about you.
yeah, exactly, yeah. People forget that fun fact
Have you
about
seen
Brett
that
Favre.
Southern Miss volleyball facility? It's amazing.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, you already said Tom Brady played late into his 40s, right? You mentioned George Blanda, DB. He played until 48, active at 44. Jerry Rice was still playing at a high level at 44. Warren Moon played at a high level at 44. In the NBA, you had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar playing at 44. Jordan played at a high level in his 40s. How was he 44 years old? Jordan was in his 40s, definitely.
It wasn't 44.
Vince Carter played in his 40s. Karl Malone played in his 40s. Ricky Henderson played at 44 years old. But here's the thing. The only thing that concerns me, and again, I'm rooting for the guy. Who wouldn't be rooting for a really fun story like this? My only concern is the time off, dude. The time off, I think, is the difference maker.
Our buddy Jeff.
You could say it keeps him fresh. You could make an argument that, hey, man, it kept him fresh all these years.
Some people have, sources. We
Yeah.
have a source. Our buddy Jeff. He said the sports director at the news station I work at. So this guy, he's got some insight. Said he knows Phillip Rivers personally and said he's been keeping in great shape. He throws consistently at the high school field. He coaches. He's convinced that the Colts are making like a legit move here because it's not like Phillip Rivers is the guy that retired and he's like, I'm done. He has stayed in shape, consistently worked out, he's stuck with essentially his regimen. Just hasn't got hit in 5 years.
Yeah. But
It's also Plan D, guys, because this was a team that went with Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson, we talked about yesterday, had the freak injury.
The orbital bone.
Yeah, so Riley Leonard, who came in, rookie out of Notre Dame, who by all accounts played decent in relief of Jones on Sunday against the Jaguars. Now he's got a knee injury. Like very rarely do Plan Ds work out. I guess in a way Shedeur Sanders was because of the Browns, quarterbacks that they had in training camp ahead of him at that time. But yeah, this is just desperate times call for desperate measures.
Do you remember, of course everyone does, but I hated it, when Brock Purdy got hurt in the NFC Championship game against the Eagles, and he was already the backup that season. So then, remember, they went to the backup, and then was it Josh Johnson at the time?
Yes.
Yeah. He got hurt, and then at one point, they're like, McCaffrey, can you take snaps? They were trying to figure out who could.
Yeah, they had to put Purdy back in, remember?
And
He
just
couldn't throw.
and just hand the ball off. Desperate times, and with no trades available, deadlines passed, you really are in a situation where it's like, who is out there that has no affiliation with a team that's still ready to go in and possibly compete in a playoff run?
well, that's the other thing I think that goes understated. You have to factor in, what a competitor. He's sitting around chilling, being a dad, being a grandpa, lounging around in his ass state, just chilling, being Phillip Rivers, and he still has it in him to get off the couch and want to compete in the NFL. That takes a lot.
Yeah, but I think you're describing
Are
what
you giving
would
credit to boredom, competitive edge, wanting to get out of the house? What do you think his mindset is?
I think all those things, but I also think you're describing what all of us would do in retirement. He's younger than you, but
he's got wear and tear.
But what I'm
I know
saying
I have
is,
wear and tear.
he's
I have mental wear and tear from dealing with you every day.
he's a guy that if he stayed in shape, it sort of makes sense to me. I will say this though. A lot of people in this studio right now, as I'm looking around, we're a bunch of guys in our 40s, early, mid-40s. And guess what? I believe you told me off the air earlier today that you think you pulled something in your shoulder trying to flot a fly in your kitchen.
I was trying to snag it. Yeah. And I popped my
I
arm.
have a heel. My ankle hurts from playing Sunday rec softball. So listen, when you hit 40, little things are ailments. Our video guy Spot currently, didn't you say your shoulder hurts, your back hurts, like 3 things hurt?
Yeah, you don't know if it's going to go away or if it's the start of something for the rest of your life.
My knees hurt.
Everything hurts. So the fact that Phillip Rivers is conditioned enough to give this a shot, I think part 2 of the question is,
yeah, but maybe his mind's telling him yes, but his body's telling him no. We'll find out.
I think the question is, other than this Sunday, Dan Byer, when he faces your Seahawks, is it a story we all root for? But then again, then he plays my Niners, so we're not going to be rooting.
I think we're sort of downplaying the NFL. I worry for the guy a little bit. It's one thing for an old Nolan Ryan to go out there on the mound, or an old Necro to start throwing knuckleballs, or a Charlie Huff, competing at an old age. You're on the mound throwing junk ball pitches. This guy's getting hit by fierce, competitive, young, hungry, strong linemen.
You know what? You might as well make the analogy then. Last year, we were all optimistic. A year ago, we were optimistic. And we're like, yeah, Mike Tyson, he's going to knock out Jake Paul. And within the first round, you're like, oh, my God, don't hurt Mike Tyson.
At the same time, as much as I'm rooting for Phillip Rivers, I really am. I swear to you. I think we're downplaying Father Time and how young and strong and how fast-moving the NFL is, especially when you haven't been in it in 5 years. I think that's a difference maker here.
Hey,
it's not about being 44. It's about him not playing professionally for 5 years. Your thoughts, 877-99 on Fox. That's my side. I couldn't wish him
more luck.
More luck in his comeback here. I think it's an amazing story. I think it's a tribute to his conditioning, like you said, Rich, a testament to how he kept himself in shape. Your thoughts on how you see this and how it pans out, 877-99 on Fox.
Well, minimum, you could say, it's a game that none of us really cared about. In fact, DB, when you look at the schedule, it's like, oh, the Colts without Daniel Jones in a little bit of a disarray. They're double-digit underdogs to your Seahawks, who have been rolling. Now it becomes a game, not that you think all of a sudden Phillip Rivers is going to come in there and beat the Seahawks, who seem really good right now, but
maybe he pulls a George Foreman.
But what it does is it gives you, well, that's something I want to check out.
Yeah, I think a month ago it was a game we wanted to check out. To be honest with you, a month ago, the Colts were in Germany winning in overtime against the Falcons. They had just acquired Sauce Gardner, and things were looking great. And then all of these...
The wheels fell off.
Yeah, everything just ends up happening. And I think it will. And this is against the window. Rich's big TV game is going to have some competition because it's Broncos-Packers and it's Lions-Rams in that late window. But story-wise, I think everybody will be on the side of Phillip Rivers if he's able to play in that contest.
Those other 2 games you spoke of have major implications. But then again, the Colts are still, 8-4?
Yes.
I mean, they just happen to have a rough month. I genuinely think that anyone that's got Sunday ticket, I bet your Red Zone gives a lot of attention.
By the way, if they're 5-8, he's not coming back, and the Colts are just probably looking elsewhere.
Yeah.
If Shane Steichen's not the head coach and Phillip Rivers isn't familiar with the offense, it's probably not happening. If Phillip Rivers hadn't played in Indianapolis 5 years ago, it's probably not happening. Like, all of these things had to line up for this to happen. Maybe there's a situation with one other team or 2 other teams in the NFL, but all of these things had to happen, and most importantly, the Colts still being in the playoff picture. I mean, they're tied with the Texans with a game against Houston coming up later on this season. Like, it's still there for them, even though everything looks like it went out the window with all these injuries.
DB, I don't know if you have insight on this. Did he reach out to them? Did they reach out to him? Like, did he express interest? Like, hey, man, 8-4, like you said, he wouldn't be coming back if they weren't competing. Is this something that he threw out there? And you have to imagine that familiarity had something to do with it too, right? Like, they're bringing back their guy. Like, there's some familiarity there.
Yeah, I don't know offhand on who it would be, on who did what. I don't know if Bo or Sam's got an idea, but it says that Steichen and Rivers remained in contact. This, according to the ESPN story, they've just remained in contact with each other.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's a fictional example, but remember in Rocky Balboa, Rocky 6? Like the broadcasters sort of teased it, like, oh, Rocky Balboa, he's going to fight Mason the Line Dixon. And they made like old jokes. And, Rocky went the distance, and that was the storyline.
They planted the seed, yeah.
When Phillip Rivers, when this was being talked about, I thought it was a little disrespectful that, and I know it was all in fun, so not disrespectful, but they were like, hey, Troy Aikman, you want to suit up? And it's like, Troy Aikman's old and been out of the game. Phillip Rivers, I don't know. I just feel like he's got
not
some juice.
Old. It's just, again, he hasn't played. And, again, to give it inspiration, to give it hope, George Foreman, man, he lived like 2 different lives professionally. He came back at 45. I couldn't believe it was the same guy that fought Muhammad Ali, like 10, 15 years earlier. He came back at 45, won the heavyweight championship by knocking out Michael Moore in 94. So, look, I'm not saying he's done by any means. I'm saying I'm a little concerned and excited all at the same time.
The good thing is he will be able to board early on their flight because of his age, and the post-game meal will actually be delivered at the fourth quarter because it's about 4 o'clock at that time.
You get that early bird special.
So someone will just bring it out, and that's just some of the arrangements that it may have to make.
I'm looking at our feedback on the YouTube chat. Salvador says, I just don't understand how an NFL team doesn't have a backup plan at QB. And like we described, Daniel Jones was the backup plan originally to Anthony Richardson, and then it was like, well, Daniel Jones got the juice. Richardson had a freak injury. Daniel Jones is out. Their backup practice squad guys, they're all injured. This is what
By
you
the way,
would call.
this is a movie script.
This is like last resort.
This is Papa Roach style. This is something that you would see in a movie played by Dennis Quaid. This is like a movie script, and can't wait to see how it pans out.
Well, we shall see
What's
Sunday.
the feedback on the YouTube page? By the way, we are streaming live, broadcasting live on the YouTube channel, Covino and Rich FSR, Covino and Rich FSR.
I just read it. I just read what Sal said. Everyone's sort of saying, like, the culture to hit up Matt Ryan. There's other people, but
that's what I'm saying. Isn't there other people?
They've got Brett Rippon on their practice squad. He started NFL games before, so like that could be an option if Riley Leonard doesn't go. But these are games you want to win. Like, you can find a guy, you can find anybody, but you need to win. And so they feel that Phillip Rivers is their best option to win. It's not just playing quarterback. You can find anybody in the league. You can sign someone off of someone else's practice squad if you want.
DB, you think the thought of winning a ring haunts him? Like he's like Gollum out there thinking about his precious. This could be his last shot.
I would think that's probably gone, but I think it would have to be fulfilling to be like. It's nice to be wanted, honestly, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And to know that you're still
desired.
You're still a more desirable option than some young unknown. Like we said, there's a million kids that never got drafted that played in college that are like, I could do it.
Think about it. Yeah, wouldn't you guys like to go back 5 years for just like 5 weeks?
Right.
Just to see what it's, and that's kind of, I think, what it is for Phillip Rivers.
We'll see what happens.
On a really high professional level with millions of people watching. And I hate to be the naysayer because I'm really not. I'm just posing these questions. I really am rooting for the guy. So it's a cool story. We'll take your feedback next. Phillip Rivers back in the NFL at 44. Again, we're talking like he's 84. But when you take off all that time in the NFL, it is interesting.
Right.
So Phillip Rivers, a grandpa, is back. We still got to talk about the game last night a little bit. And Rich, I know Edwin Diaz is on your mind.
We're going to talk about it, but I don't really feel like it.
We
will.
to.
All right. Well, that's all coming up. CNR right here on Fox Sports Radio. Now, quick timeout. Holiday upgrade check. You still watching the game on your old small TV? If you are,
time in.
You're only seeing about half the game. It's a weak ass TV. You got to step up your game with TCL. TCL's QM8K QD Mini LED is the real MVP. Ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels for the ultimate experience. Picture so clear you could taste the turf.
And it's not just foosball. Movies look cinematic, games feel smoother, and yes, everybody notices. I'll be watching Phillip Rivers this weekend.
Here's the play. Holiday savings off select TCL TVs. Go premium with the QM8K, brilliant picture, huge sound, the ultimate choice, or grab the versatile QM6K for an elevated game day experience.
Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experiences with epic savings and undeniable bragging rights all season long. Get it while supplies last.
TCL, official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details.
Baltimore Ravens removed a basketball hoop, a ping pong table, cornhole boards, and a video game console. It was like Pee-wee's Playhouse in there.
Not Pac-Man.
They had a full-on playroom.
Did they get rid of Globey?
Yeah.
Cherry, no.
They removed the gaming consoles all from the locker room. It actually started after week 4. So week 4, 5, 6, they had nothing there to entertain them. And it was Harbaugh's way of punishing them. And we speculated, is this going to work? Because it doesn't seem to be working. And that's where we turn it over to you. Yes, these are men, but they're not grown men. Keep that in mind. But you don't want to treat them like children either. Hey, you guys get no toys. But now we're talking, hey, things may be turning around. He had a nice win over the Bears, 30-16.
The coaching staff, including John Harbaugh, deny that they were the ones that made the decision to remove this stuff. Veteran players are saying it was their decision.
Okay.
But
fair enough. The story was that Harbaugh, right? Well, he was part of the story and his image is there, so we're led to believe that it's their call, the coach's call that did this. What are your thoughts on that? And it's not considered punishment. I guess you could say it's consequence or, hey, we got to get our head in the game. We got to focus. Or do you look at it like a punishment? And as a kid who was never punished, big shock, I don't vibe with that, man. People need to take accountability and be accountable. But at the same time, you need to try everything to see if it works. What are your thoughts? Do you think you could punish grown men, well, not grown men, just men, and get positive results or more resentment than anything else?
I don't think an old hard-ass type of vibe works with everyone, but if the veteran players that have been there, Danny G, I'm talking about the guys on the Ravens that have been to AFC championship games, guys that have seen what it's like to make a postseason run. If those guys are telling the young cats, yo, time to stop all this horse crap.
Well, you know what? Let me play devil's advocate. I'll be Keanu Reeves. So, because he's in devil's advocate.
Yeah,
you don't believe in chemistry builders? Is that what you're saying? So when you're just sitting there, then what do you do? What do you do?
All right, I'll play devil's advocate.
No. All right, who are you?
I'll be Al Pacino.
Okay, fine.
You think ping pong's the answer?
You know what? I'll show you big time.
I'll show you ping pong.
I do, and I'm glad you said that because let me take you back again.
Yeah.
When I first heard this story,
Yeah.
I thought to myself, well, this isn't going to work. And it turns out that, hey, they won yesterday and Jackson's coming back and maybe. When I first heard this story, I'm like, you're punishing these young football players? That's not going to work. This is the opposite of what's going to work. That's counterproductive because when you take it back to our early days of broadcasting in the early 2000s, we had a ping pong table in the lobby of Sirius XM. Dude, nothing brought people together harder than that ping pong table. It was dudes from the hip-hop channel playing dudes from the rock channel, and then the dude from the country channel would come and battle someone from the R&B channel.
I remember Covino having a battle. Sway from MTV Sway?
Yeah,
Of
dude.
course, world-famous wake-up show.
But, dude, we'd be talking smack. We got to know each other. We were having fun, right? We'd sit there in the lobby just all with one company coming together because of the ping pong table. So when they told the story of they're removing the basketball hoop, the ping pong table, the video games, I'm like, dude, you're taking away the chemistry of this team. So I'm a little torn because time has gone, and now we're entering week 9, and I'm like, maybe I was wrong. But I'm standing my ground and saying that these are things that build chemistry. I don't know how it's going to turn around, but it seems like it has at least for a week. What are your thoughts on punishing adults, punishing kids?
It's so subjective.
Taking their fun away. I don't know. To me, these are chemistry builders.
I think it's hard to really gauge because for everyone that doesn't like to be given tough love, some people respond to it. It's so subjective. You got 53 grown men.
That is true.
Some are going to respond to me. I'm okay with tough love. Covino doesn't like criticism. Covino likes pats on the back.
True. Yeah, no, there's different personalities in every locker room. I get it. But I think those things are what build friendships and build trust and build camaraderie, and that builds a winning team. And you took all the fun out of that locker room to make a point. Yeah, buddy. Covino and Rich wishing you a happy holiday season. Live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com. Yeah, USA.
No, USA.
No, USA.
No, USA.
Live from the bar, USA, is Covino and Rich. Really pumped for Phillip Rivers, so
Yeah. Me too.
don't mistake my questioning and concern as me hating. I'm just stating. Again, I'm Covino, and I do have some retractions. Not sure what happened there. Won't happen again. It's not that I was wrong, but I did say that a few NBA guys played into their 40s, and I mentioned Jordan. Jordan was actually 40, and think of how old he felt at 40.
God. Well, that's why
Vince Carter was 43.
That's why I'd say it's remarkable what LeBron's doing, because we felt like when Michael Jordan came back as a Wizard, he felt like 60.
Old again, but you know what the difference was? He left and came back, and that put some age on him, I think.
Yeah.
Vince Carter, 43. I was just thinking longevity, and I said Kareem because he felt like he was 95 years old out there with a young Magic Johnson with his balding head. You know, as a kid watching with his goggles on, he was only 42.
That's funny.
So
I'm looking at the feedback. Caden says, Phillip Rivers. Oh, hold on. And Nature Boy goes, Phillip Rivers, I heard Uncle Rico's available. How about him?
Well, my only surprise is, that there wasn't someone else available that came to mind. But if he kept himself in shape and he's as competitive as we knew him to be, then, man, let's see what happens.
I'm sorry. Kate Dabbs also says, stop talking about Phillip Rivers and the weak-ass Colts. How about talking about a team with real chemistry, my Broncos? And that's a big game this week.
But Phillip Rivers is the biggest story.
I know. But I'm saying the Broncos, though, that is a big game this week. Broncos have a big one, so we'll see what happens.
I'll say. And that's the story.
That's a big one because the Packers, I believe that's in Denver, right? So the Packers are traveling to Denver. If you beat the Packers, that's a Super Bowl rematch of Elway Favre back in the day. So that's a big one this Sunday. As I read the feedback, Cove.
Mm-hmm. Again, Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. The live stream's popping. People are hitting us up with all sorts of comments and questions. Again, Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. It's free. Follow along, play along, talk some smack. Talk smack and tribute to Phillip Rivers. Who talked better smack than that guy?
Do you root for Phillip Rivers if your team's out of it? If you're Danny G and he's a Raiders fan.
Yeah, I'm a little under the weather right now.
Do you root for a team like that?
My nose is stuffed up.
It's a good Danny G.
I'll be tuning in just to watch and see what happens.
So, thoughts on Phillip Rivers? Let's go to Rochester. Say hi to Ron. Ron, you're on. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Ron.
Hung out with David Wells and his Asian girlfriend. Well, I was at Brother Jimmy's on the Upper East Side in early 2000s. And it was a big hangout for sports guys. And my buddy from Rochester, who's a Miami Dolphins fan, showed up. And I see Steve DeBerg walking in. Can't miss the guy. He's huge. And I go, that's Steve DeBerg. My friend's like, get out of here. He walks by me. I'm like, would you tell my dumb friend you're Steve DeBerg? So that he's like, I'm Steve DeBerg. So anyway, he goes, and he's by himself. And I go to the bartender, tell my friend he's Steve DeBerg. She's like, yeah, you want me to get him over here? I'm like, no. He comes over. We start hanging out. We hung out all night. He drank Budweiser and Greyhounds, vodka and
what is this? Why you tell me about your date with Steve DeBerg? What is this?
He was 45 when he started.
Okay, fuck.
Hey, by the way, how old do you think Steve DeBerg is now?
Steve DeBerg?
Yeah.
64?
71. I just looked them up for the hell of it. And by the way, Brother Jimmy's, that was our spot.
I used to go to Brother Jimmy's.
Hell yeah, growing up on the East Coast.
I never hung out with Steve DeBerg and that guy, though.
Never, no. But, good memories for sure. Thanks for sharing, man.
But, yeah, it should be a fun one to watch. We're all going to have our eyes on Phillip Rivers this Sunday. The real bummer would be if they don't play him.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the bummer if, Dan Byer comes out tomorrow with his update and he's like, guys, the Colts have decided to go with
I think he will be on the sidelines and available for sure. But I do think Riley Leonard is their better option if Leonard can play, and at least you would have Rivers there to help him along. Like Leonard's in a game last week, and credit to Daniel Jones who came back out on the sideline, but He just ruptured his Achilles tendon and is also dealing with fractures in his leg. And here Riley Leonard is now trying to navigate an NFL game, a meaningful NFL game, and there really isn't someone in his ear that's capable of doing that. And so Rivers could play that role as well.
Is Rivers wearing his Nike Monarch cleats? Is he wearing his old guy cleats?
I'm thinking it might be cool for Phillip Rivers. He could now be seen in 4K.
Sure.
First time you might see him in higher definition.
And you know what? He in a way gets to play and have his grandkids see it, which is kind of fun, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, you know what?
And by the way, you compare me to Phillip Rivers. Do I look like a grandpa to you? For real, you want to see me? Covino and Rich FSR. Do I look like a grandpa? Do I look like me and Poo Poo to you?
But, Phillip Rivers, grandpa, quarterback. Let's go.
All right.
You know what?
I feel like you're avoiding the real story here.
Yeah, the real story, besides Phillip Rivers, is one of sadness, and it has to do with Timmy Trumpets.
You weren't sad when you did the same thing with Juan Soto, when you stole him from the Yankees. Dodgers stole him.
Yeah, I suppose.
And guess what? Not only did they steal him, they stole all the fun and the trumpets and the theatrics. They stole it all, bro. They stole the vibe. They stole the vibe from the Mets. Just when you thought the Dodgers couldn't get any better, they go and get one of the best closers in the game with the theme song, the intro, the Timmy Trumpets. They got it all now, man. It's gross. It really is. This song is so synonymous with Citi Field and Edwin Diaz. And now it's at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers fans got to be in their glory. They got more fun at Dodger Stadium.
And it wasn't already fun.
No guarantee, but still, man.
All the walk-offs and I love L.A. Now you got this?
Now you got a horn section? My goodness, it's disgusting. And I feel like Rich is going to use this. This is my theory here. Rich is going to use this as an excuse to jump ship because his little nose-picking kids are already Dodgers fans because they're growing up in L.A. Rich grew up a Mets fan. He's going to use this as his excuse to gradually switch teams and put on a Dodgers jersey. That's my prediction moving forward. Like, hey, what are you going to do, man? If you can't beat them, join them. Watch. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know I'm a Diaz fan.
I can't say. I'm telling you the truth. I can't say it didn't cross my mind.
It happens. Look, but you know what happens, DB? You're a dad. Whatever your kids are into, you're fine. It warms your heart, right? It could be the cartoon that they're into, the songs that they're into.
Yes.
You would never like those cartoons. You would never like those songs. But because your kids love them, you love them. Same thing with the Dodgers here. Rich's kids are loving the Dodgers and Mookie Betts and Shohei and all the fun. Rich is now having a soft spot like he never thought he'd have as a lifelong Mets fan for the Dodgers. This just gives him more fuel to jump ship.
I would lose a lot of respect if you did that, Rich.
Me too.
I really would.
And can I tell you? I'm not going to do it. I said it crossed my mind.
That's because you want to be a Dan Byer guy bad.
I didn't say I would do it, but it did cross my mind. I'm thinking, what made the Mets so magical a couple years ago reminded me how much I love the team. The, oh my God, Julio.
Iglesias.
Julio Iglesias. Not Julio.
The OMG, the Grimace, the Hakutua.
Jose Iglesias and the oh my God and Timmy Trumpets and Diaz. All the things are gone now. And I feel like someone said, why don't they just do it today? Why doesn't Pete Alonso go to the Red Sox today so I could get kicked in the nuts all in one day? Like just one day.
Remember how you treated Pete Alonso,
just
by the way.
Right in the
You
huevos.
treated Pete Alonso, your organization, the Mets, treated Pete Alonso like he was doo-doo diapers. That guy's a franchise superstar. You should have been kissing his ass.
No.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he left the team, man.
Well, I'm not leaving. For one reason and one reason only. I said to Bo, who's a big Dodgers fan, I said, the minute I became a Dodgers fan and became a Benedict Arnold, all of a sudden the Mets would win one in the next 5 years. It would happen. It would just, and then I couldn't claim it. They'd be like, you're not a Mets fan anymore.
You abandoned them, yeah.
So I'm sticking with my bunk Mets. My kids are like, Dad, we like the Mets too, but we like the Dodgers. And speaking of my kids, they're hanging with Mike, who runs this place now.
Oh, geez.
My wife's out of town, so I'm on kid duty all week, and I'm going to use that as an excuse to give away some prizes to you guys. So next hour, we're going to play a little game called Rich's Kids Over Under. I'm going to ask my kids a rando sports question. Covino's going to set the line. He's going to set the over-under line.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. I don't know what your kids know, but I'll
that's
figure
the fun
it
of it.
out. I mean, I love your kids.
So
they're great.
But you got to decide, like, will they know more or less than Covino thinks?
Okay.
And if you are right with your over-under, you win. We got our Covino Rich Nerf football, so we'll do that next hour, and we'll talk a little Edwin Diaz. But let's go to DB for an update. Dan Byer, what's up, man?
What up, Dan?
As you guys have been talking about, Phillip Rivers is coming out of retirement. The 44-year-old signing a deal with the Colts. He signed to their practice squad. Still time to decide if he'll be active for their game Sunday against the Seahawks. The Colts did place Daniel Jones on injured reserve today with his ruptured Achilles. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin says they should have wide receiver DK Metcalf available Monday night against the Dolphins in Week 15. Metcalf had a big game Sunday in Baltimore against the Ravens, but had an overnight hospital stay because of a stomach issue. But Tomlin says that there should be a DK Metcalf sighting on the field Monday night against Miami. A 20-year-old man from the Bronx has been charged with attempted murder in the shooting of Jets defensive back Chris Boyd. In Major League Baseball, you guys just talked about it, Edwin Diaz leaving the Mets to sign a 3-year, $69 million deal with the Dodgers. The Phillies and slugger Kyle Schwarber have agreed to a 5-year deal worth $150 million. There are reports saying that Schwarber got the same offer from the Orioles but wanted to stay in Philadelphia, so he is back in Philly. Angels acquired infielder Vaughn Grissom from the Red Sox. Every goal starts with an assist on and off the field. That's why Haleon and U.S. Soccer are launching For the Assist, a celebration of everyday acts of support that help people achieve their goals with iconic brands like Sensodyne, Tums, Voltaren, Advil, and Centrum. To learn more, go to HaleonAssist.com. Las Vegas Aces star Asia Wilson named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year.
What? They've
been giving this out since 2019, so it's not a long-standing award, but it's a recent one. Second straight year a WNBA player has won the honor.
What type of whack agenda is that?
Lionel Messi named MLS MVP for the second straight year. Guys, back to you.
Time Magazine didn't they name Leonardo? That's how I call it. That's how I say it. Didn't they name Leonardo DiCaprio?
You put the emphasis on the nard, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
He's Entertainer of the Year. Does anyone think Asia Wilson is the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year?
It does feel a bit forced. Like,
I mean, not even a little forced, like ridiculously forced.
I mean, Shohei Ohtani just had a magical season.
No, not him. Asia Wilson.
I guess. I don't know.
I think about maybe someone from the Eagles or perhaps, I don't know, the Oklahoma City Thunder. No. I'd rather give it to Joey Chestnut.
And by the way, Rich,
that guy won again.
I don't want to give you hope because I'm a Yankees fan.
Yeah.
I know you're feeling sad about Edwin Diaz, and you just heard all the updates from DB.
What are you saying?
Well, again, nothing official, but the rumors are becoming more truthful here. John Heyman's reporting that Cody Bellinger's staying in New York, and it's either with the Yankees or the Mets.
Ooh, Bellinger's got some juice. I like
some
that
juice,
one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
He's got a lot of juice.
You know
I'm hoping he stays with the Yanks, but look, Edwin Diaz is a major loss. Every team in the league complains about their bullpen, and you lost the main guy.
We'll talk some Diaz. We'll talk some baseball hot stove, and, of course, more NFL. We'll give away some prizes, too. Coming up right here, CNR on FSR. I'll tell you this. What we love and look forward to every year, NFL is king. We love the report cards. When the players get together and they judge the teams based on facilities, how they treat their families, the workout room, travel. It's their way of being like, yo, I'm going to blind survey the place I work at, and you can't stop me. And did you see the latest? The NFL owners want to put a stop to this.
Yeah, they said enough of the report cards. In fact, owners like Woody Johnson, they're trying to diminish the credibility of it. They're saying it's bogus, actually. That's the quote, right? It's all bogus.
Yeah, the Jets owner is leading the way. And
well, you know who wants to stop it?
He was graded with an F.
The weak-ass owners want to stop it. Like, if Danny, if there was a list and you were ranked high on it, you'd love the list. If there was a list and you were ranked low on it, you'd be like, bunk list. So I get it.
That is true. Every time they come out with, like, talk radio lists, we're usually on them, but never like where we want to be. So we're like, they stink. But if we were number one, we'd be like, hell yeah! You just made the list. Yeah, baby, we're on the list number one.
If there was like some weak ass made up list of like top Latino broadcasters, and it was like number 4, Steve Covino, he'd be like, this is a great list.
Not bad. Yeah, I should be top 3, but yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. So your thoughts
on the list?
Your thoughts on the list? Are you on the list? I think this is really cool. I love the player surveys. Now, you could say it's petty and BS because a lot of times it's spiteful. But remember the players survey and Caitlin Clark ranked low, and it's like, oh, what a bunch of jealous biatches.
Well, there's a lot involved. The facility, like you said, how they treat their kids.
But I'm saying not
how
just
they
in,
welcome their families.
Not
all
just
these
in
things.
The NFL. I'm saying all these player surveys in all sports would be like, who do you find the most overrated in the NBA? And it's like, whoa, that's the sentiment among your peers. I feel like peer surveys do hold a little clout to me. You might think, wow, is there much thought put into it? I like these surveys because, for instance, even though the Chiefs are a dynasty that have dominated, remember they had some Fs?
Yeah, I remember.
For like
and you know what?
Player medical care.
Yeah, like so.
For us, it's great fodder, great things to talk about, and it's fun to speculate. So, of course, we're going to love it. I could see how it rubs the NFL and the owners the wrong way. Think about it. You're spending so much money on these dudes, and then they come back. This is how you thank me with an F on the report card? It's got to sting a little bit from their perspective.
I'll give you an example.
But I do believe there's a nugget of truth to it.
If we gave Fox Sports Radio rankings based on places we've worked, I know where I would grade it high and where I'd grade it low. Maybe
we used to get free snacks at other jobs.
I was going to say
Number 5.
I remember there were jobs. There were jobs. I'll give you where we worked. SNY in New York, which was the Mets and Jets
snack wall.
There was a free snack
we
wall.
had a snack wall, man.
And I remember thinking,
we all got fat too from that.
Yeah,
snack
I was going to
wall.
say, Rich, it's good that we don't have that at Fox Sports
we
Radio.
were like taking Sun Chips home with us, man. In a way, all right. I'm just playing devil's advocate, and I'll be Keanu Reeves. When you think about it, it's a bit hypocritical. If they were to ask you, what would you do? What would you do? Because it is anonymous, crappy feedback. It's like if you're on social media, don't you look down on the jabroni who chimes in anonymously with some heavy criticism? It's like if you're going to say something rude and critical, you should own up to it. Like, it's very cowardly to do it anonymously like that.
Well, I think in this case they have to, but the NFLPA, they stick up for themselves, and they've even recently, the survey process has been enhanced. They are including third-party perspectives, they say, to ensure a comprehensive evaluation of each team's workplace standards.
I get it, and I do think it's interesting, and I do believe there's truth to it. But like Rich said before, there are disgruntled people for whatever reason. There are people who are just jerks. And as a radio show, Rich, do you give more credibility to the person who owns up to who he is? There's pictures of him and his family on social media, and he's like, Rich Davis sucks. That hurts and means a lot more than someone anonymous with no picture profile whatsoever, and he's like, Rich sucks. It just does. You know what I mean? So I think anonymous criticism is far more cowardly. And if you want to look at it that way, it's easy to say some negative stuff when you don't have to own up to it. Hawaiian Christmas Day. There he is, the big buffoona, Rich Davis. The big buffoona, Rich. Dickie Doodle Davis. Covino and Rich. You could actually watch Rich do his hula dance. You can catch me broadcasting live. Watch the whole show. It's an ensemble show.
Yeah.
Dan Byer looking handsome. Bo's here. Sam, everybody. At Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Happy holidays. And Rich, speaking of our YouTube page, that's where our bonus podcast is, Overpromised. And episode 120 was a lot of fun. We went over the holiday party rules because people always make mistakes. Holiday party do's and don'ts.
People get trash and start talking to their bosses about a raise, or then they start, sleeping with a random coworker and doing dumb things.
We go over all that. And ChatGPT put out their greatest moments in sports.
Don't get your hopes up, Sam.
Overpromised. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. And this week on the show, Grammy Award winner, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, producer Jimmy Jam, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Jimmy Jam's going to be on the show because he's part of something cool and he's a big-time sports fan. So join us on Overpromised this week. Covino and Rich, FSR. We do it every Thursday. We try to do it every Thursday as a bonus show. So I'm Steve Covino. That is Rich Davis. And we're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and it's time for our Tire Rack Play of the Day.
It all came down to Jalen Hurts throwing another interception, this time in overtime.
Another one.
Hurts in the shotgun. A touchdown would win it for the Eagles. Hurts pulls it, throws, intercepted, game over!
Another one!
Intercepted, game over!
Another one!
Game over, the fourth interception, Tony Jefferson!
Another one!
Unbelievable, Unk does it!
And that wasn't even the worst one.
You know what's another one? That's unbelievable?
Another one.
2 turnovers on one play at some point. I saw a stat. I don't know if this is true. It could have just been a meme that I got tricked by. Someone said if he had taken the snap and just spiked it every time, his quarterback rating would have been higher than what he did.
Oh, I saw that meme, so it has to be true.
Of course,
Yeah. That's courtesy of KYSR Alt 98.7 Charger Radio Network. That's our Tire Rack Play of the Day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And Rich, like we said, might not have been the worst one. He threw an interception and then got the fumble and then lost the fumble. That was the weakest.
Reading all the feedback, and by the way, the chat's getting hotter every day. Please join us, youtube.com/@Covino and Rich FSR. Let's see. Danny hit us up saying, yo, love Covino's shirt. Who is that woman on your shirt? It's an old lady playing basketball.
It's an old lady, but she's not old in his picture, you bozo. It's an old picture.
Oh, yeah.
This is my grandmother, dude, for real. She was rogue back in her Mexico days. She played for Team Mexico, and that's where I got my jump shot, bro. This is Ertita, my grandma. Rest in peace.
I love that. That's a great shirt.
It's a real photo, and it was basically like League of Their Own, man. She battled all these European teams, and this Mexican team she played for had a lot of heart.
Aren't they going to make a movie and J-Lo's going to play your grandma?
That would be awesome, right? But one of our listeners, Daniel Javier Feets, made this shirt and sent it to me. Thank you very much.
Kev Bott hit us up saying, nice, been listening for a while, but watching is a whole new experience. Black Cat hit us up and goes, Covino and Rich, I owe you fellas. St. Louis sports radio is ass. Since finding you, I got a good afternoon show.
Hell yeah. Shout out to all the affiliates. In fact, I'd love to come to any city that welcomes us, and we'll do it live from your city.
And then Esteban said, Scooble to L.A. Dodgers? Please, don't even joke.
Dude.
Don't even joke.
Anything is possible. You know what? I don't blame Diaz because it's a winning you don't want to, play with the best. He gets to tell his grandkids that he played with Shohei and Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Here's the irony. Could I get mad at a guy for leaving New York to go to L.A. when I left New York and now live in L.A.?
Exactly.
But I think
he left for $3 million more.
This is a $3 million more. A horrible, no good day for Mets fans, and the reason's clear.
Another one.
The reason's clear. What makes this so bad? I'll tell you next. So if you're a baseball fan, it's getting hot right now. Schwarber signed, Diaz to the Dodgers. We'll talk a little more baseball and of course a lot of NFL next.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking
joking.
Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all's show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct. 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during
can't.
a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Phillip Rivers is back in the NFL as the 44-year-old quarterback, unretired, and signed a deal with the Indianapolis Colts. He's been signed to the team's practice squad, and there are reports saying that Rivers has a chance to play Sunday in Week 15 against the Seahawks. Riley Leonard is dealing with a knee injury for Indianapolis. Today, the team placed quarterback Daniel Jones on injured reserve. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin expects wide receiver DK Metcalf to play in their Week 15 matchup against the Dolphins on Monday night. Philly slugger Kyle Schwarber staying in Philadelphia on a 5-year deal worth $150 million. The Dodgers are signing former Mets closer Edwin Diaz to a 3-year, $69 million contract, while the Chicago White Sox won the MLB draft lottery. They'll have the number 1 overall pick in the 2026 MLB draft. For the 4th time, Dodger star Shohei Ohtani named the AP's Male Athlete of the Year for 2025. Leo Messi named the MLS MVP for the 2nd straight season. I'm Dan Beyer.
Oh. Here we are, bro. And we're giving away prizes this week because we got to bribe you. One listener at a time. It could be your chance to win this hour. 877-99 on Fox. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. We're streaming live, bro. Streaming live. Hope you had a Chargers sort of night last night. Not a Jalen Hurts. Ooh, Les Miserables.
Scott on our Scott Mayer hit us up on our in-show YouTube chat, and he goes, "Is Philip Rivers going to come out there with a #1 grandpa on the back of his jersey?"
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Now you're talking. All right.
All right. So speaking of #1 grandpas, this is my #1 grandma. True story. And we be rocking
on
out.
Your shirt. I like that.
My shirt. You can see it. Covino and Rich FSR. Because Iowa Sam was like, "Is that really your grandma?" I'm like, "Yeah, she played basketball in Mexico."
Isn't that wild?
That's where I got my moves, bro.
So we're gonna play a game this hour. My kids are in the studio. They're hanging out in the kitchen having tacos with Mike, who runs this place.
Nice. Are you paying Mike? Working double time?
Yeah.
He runs this place and the nursery.
So my wife's out of town, so I'm on daddy duty. Double dad duty. Duty. So I said, "Hey kids, we're gonna play a game. Depending on how well you do, maybe we'll get some baseball cards on the way home or something."
Ooh, bribing kids. We're bribing listeners. Who else you want to bribe?
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a game in a little while. We're going to do my kids over-under. We'll pick a category in the world of sports or entertainment. Covino sets the line. If I were to say, I don't know, I'll give you a little heads up. Okay. Let's say it's how many baseball players could they name in 30 seconds?
All right, well,
you might say,
you're their dad. You watch a lot of baseball. Rich is sort of like he's sort of militant with making sure his kids know all this stuff.
All right, so don't give your number now, but Covino will pick a number. You as the listener, call in, you guess, over, under. If you get it right, you win a prize. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll do that this hour. But I have a couple final thoughts, if it's cool with you, on Edwin Diaz.
Please, start thinking about it. But first, every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids, even your kids, Rich, build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com. Again, we're Covino and Rich. Iowa Sam is here. Bo's in for Danny G. Spotty, Dan Beyer, and thank you guys for playing along. What are your final thoughts?
You know how I know Dan Beyer's a good dad?
He's a great dad. I know, because he's a great guy.
First of all, he's a great guy, but he put Bluey on the TV for my kids out there. That's a dad move. A dad knows another dad move. So thank you, DJ.
Yeah, you're welcome. They knew they wanted Disney, and I knew. All right, $289.
There you go.
Yep.
So my final thoughts on Diaz. I'm a big Mets fan. Sam, one last time before the music disgusts me, because it still doesn't bother me. It will bother me starting tomorrow. Coming into Dodger Stadium. Bo, you're going to love it. You're a Dodgers fan. You're going to love the Timmy Trumpets. You're going to love Diaz. He is an electric guy.
You know what it shows you, Rich, though? If you build it, they will come. We learned that in Field of Dreams, but I hate to quote the great Rich Davis, but you did say, it might have been on our Patreon earlier, but you did say, it just proves you put a good product out there. People want to be a part of it. Yeah. People want to come. It goes back to just like the art of charm and the art of dating. If you're having a good time, people want to be a part of it.
That's the only dating advice I thought was applicable of those all those I guess you would say what
Neil Strauss, the game,
like the dating experts. If you're at a bar and you're just having a fun time,
women will gravitate toward you.
They want to go to your fun.
People want to know what the fun's about. Yeah. No, it's true. And you know what? I've done this as an experiment. Just to joke around. Like Spot and I were drunk and buzzing one day. We just started laughing, playing it up to see if people would catch on. And sure enough, girls what's so funny?
What's going on over here?
Hey, guys, what's going on? What happened?
True story.
If you're having fun and the Dodgers are having fun, they're winning. The fans are having fun. superstars are there. You want to be a superstar. You want to be a part of it. You put out a good product. People want to be a part of it. Yeah. And that's what's going on here, man. You got great weather. You got a great team that competes. And they have a greater chance of winning because Edwin Diaz is there.
He won 2 in a row. Kike's hilarious. Teoscar seems like a good dude. Freddie and Mookie and all the second base hip flexors and Shohei. Why would you not want to be part of that?
It's also just more proof, too, that it's not all about money. Because Steve Cohen is just as wealthy as the Dodgers.
Yep.
But you saw plenty of, Edwin Diaz's brother played for the Dodgers last year, and he told him how much fun he had here and how good the development was. And Diaz was pissed that the Mets fired the pitching coach out there. So it's never always about money.
And
it's not. This was not about money, no doubt. It's about lifestyle and winning.
You see what's going on out here, and then you see Soto and Lindor aren't getting along so great, and the Mets seem like they're desperately trying to make moves, and Diaz probably was like, you know what, I'm just going to go live in the sunshine and have a way easier life.
Well, testament to the team they built, too, because not only are they winning, they're winning with dudes that are not hateable guys. They're really likable guys, and that's coming from a Yankees fan. The Dodgers team is likable. These are fun characters. Who wouldn't want to hang with them?
But my assessment has been made. Remember you asked me last week, what do you think of Devin Williams, Rich, on the Mets? And I said, wow, amazing. If he's the setup guy to Edwin Diaz, if you're replacing Edwin Diaz with Devin Williams, I think it's a bunk-ass move. And in fact, when you think of the money, $6 million signing bonus.
Well, by the way, Edwin Diaz, for the record, 31 years old, and 3 years, $69 million. So he'll be 34.
So
the Mets offered him $66 million.
But keep in mind, I think the difference of talent. You might say, Devin Williams, he just had an off year. But if you're going to offer Diaz 3 years, 66, know what you gave Devin Williams? 3 years, 45, and a $6 million signing bonus, so essentially 51. What's a better deal? 3 years, 51 for Williams, or 3 years, 69 for Diaz?
Oh man, Williams stinks.
So,
I don't like his confidence.
So
he doesn't stink. I say that respectfully. I just don't buy him in New York.
You, Bursch, Big Mike, all the Dodgers fans, I promise you're going to love Edwin Diaz. On nights where you're just watching a game and you're winning and you hear Timmy trumpets, it really is.
It's a vibe.
It's fun.
It's electric. Man, it's gross. It's gross how likable and great the Dodgers are. But they built something, and you could hate on it or you could just respect it.
It's an awful day. It's an awful day if you're a Mets fan, and it's an awful day for Steve Cohen, David Stearns, who gets a reputation of being trying to get the most out of the dollar. If it really was, and they didn't take a counteroffer from the Mets, by the way. The Mets put an offer, Dodgers put an offer, he made a decision. If you had more money to spend, because the Mets said we would have came back higher. We should have came back higher to begin with. You lose your closer to the one team. If there's a team that the Mets need to outplay,
I know.
If they ever want to get there.
Because it wasn't, again, like Bo said, it wasn't about the money.
If you lost Edwin Diaz.
It's about the culture, the winning, and hey, LA's, the weather's great, guys. It really is. I wouldn't want to be back in New York. The only reason I'd want to be back on the East Coast is because my family's there.
If you told me the Mets lost Edwin Diaz to the Baltimore Orioles because they gave him 5 or 6 years, I'd say, I get it. He went after the money. Good move for him, right? But it was a lateral money move, which means he wasn't really that set on staying with the New York Mets.
Nope.
Congrats to the Dodgers. It's a terrible day for the Mets, especially, like I said,
really
when there's a few teams that you would need to leapfrog to ever get there. And now you lost the best guy on your pitching staff to a team that just won back-to-back World Series?
And remember your fear. Your fear was, it's great that we got Devin Williams. If he's the setup guy, if he's the closer, we're in trouble. Well, guess what? He's now your closer. You're in trouble.
One last baseball question. I know it's football season, but the hot stove is here, and if you're a baseball fan, you love it the way we do. Kyle Schwarber, 5 years, $150.
Dude hits bombs. He's good there. It's a good fit.
Take the temperature. Bo, Iowa Sam, what are your thoughts on Pete Alonso? Is Pete wanting more, or is Pete Alonso and Kyle Schwarber in the same ballpark, pun intended? Do you think, because Pete's currently he signed the 2-year 50-something mil, so that's Pete's making less currently. What is Pete going to go after now?
I think he's going to get like 300 from the Red Sox. If I had to guess today, that's what I would put it down as.
And he's worth it, dude. Who's hit more home runs than him since he's been in the league? He's first baseman, power hitter. He's proven to be clutch. He was not appreciated by the Mets fans or the Mets organization.
Do you think he still holds it against the Mets in the back of his mind?
I
if he doesn't, you know who does? Scott Boras.
Yeah, so I think he's in the right to take whatever he can get. So if it's with the Red Sox, I wouldn't be a fan of that as a Yankees fan, but I would understand. But if Schwarber's getting 5 years, I think Alonso's he should get that or more. Schwarber's at the tail end.
I have a question to wrap it up.
Alonso's still got some juice.
You could, make fun of me as a Mets fan because today's the day you should make fun of Mets fans. They blew it.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
The Mets suck.
You blew it!
Mets suck.
I gave you a chance and you blew it! That's my De Niro.
You blew it!
That's Sandler.
I like my Sandler. If the Mets lose Edwin Diaz and Pete Alonso, is that one of the worst off seasons you could remember in recent history?
If they lose Pete Alonso and Diaz,
I think as a fan,
and you get Williams.
Those guys are like the heartbeat of the current Mets, right?
I agree.
Like you went from David Wright, you have Pete Alonso, you have Edwin Diaz. To lose both of them in the same offseason would be brutal.
You're losing.
Dude, that's what irked me from the outside looking in, right? Because I'm not a Mets fan. But I'm like, Alonso is your guy. That is your guy. And it's not just the face. Like, he is a New York Met, and he plays big, and he does it in New York. Like, that's your dude. And embrace that guy.
And part of what I don't get is that David Stearns and Steve Cohen, the owner and the front office of the New York Mets, are Mets fans. That's the funny part. They both are like childhood, lifelong Mets fans. We're talking about the GM, the guy that runs the team of baseball operations. President of baseball operations and the owner are both lifer Mets fans. And they're letting this happen. If they don't have something ridiculous up their sleeve, you let Jose Iglesias go last year. And I get it. He was a utility infielder, but oh my God. And you could have signed him for like $1 million, like minor league, major league joint, like split contract. They let him go. JD Martinez was a veteran that probably would have hung around for a minimal deal. He was the heart and soul apparently in the locker room, clubhouse. And now you're letting Timmy Trumpets and Diaz and the LFMG, LFGM, let's effing go Mets. Pete Alonso, if that goes away, what do you got, Soto? I think you go after Cody.
He's not a vibe guy.
And you go after Bellinger, and I don't know. Maybe you look at it and say,
well, I'll tell you what. Not only do you lose Edwin Diaz, I think you lose Bellinger because he knows that things are looking bad with the Mets. They just lost their closer. Like, if you were Bellinger, right, and you're being offered the same deal, stay in New York, and it's either the Yankees or the Mets. With this news the Mets got today, would you want to play for them? Hell to the nah. I'm sticking with the Yankees. I know what I get there. They're still contenders. They're a great organization. They're still trying to make moves. They have a decent bullpen. The Mets? No way. If I was Bellinger, I'd say you lost Bellinger by this trade, by losing Diaz.
What's next? Mrs. Met's going to leave Mr. Met?
Hey, man, anything's possible this offseason. So
I heard she's banging Bernie the Brewer.
Oh, man. No, she's banging that Reds mascot. What's his name? He's got a nice stash.
It's like Mr. Met's creepy uncle with a mustache.
He's got a sweet mustache.
Mr. Red Stocking?
Oh, man, you lost.
No, I call him Johnny Red Stocking.
You lost her to Johnny Red Stocking, man. Oh, boy. So, yeah, I think not only did you lose Diaz, you lost the chance of Bellinger because who wants to play with Juan Soto? That guy's not a vibe. You need a fun clubhouse. You need a fun atmosphere. And like Rich said, I hear nothing but turmoil between Lindor and Soto. All right, so that's the update there. Congrats to Schwarber. Congrats to Diaz, too, man. And I am sorry for your Mets because, I don't know, that's a big loss.
Yeah, you're a compassionate guy. I appreciate that.
No problem, man. I'm not going to be rubbing it in for sure.
Rub it in. But, hey, congrats to Schwarber. I mean, we all were in awe. Remember at the home run? It felt like a home run derby, but remember the All-Star game went to like extra innings and the home run off?
Yeah, it was insane.
I mean, Schwarber is a stud, but that.
Do I remember? I was in Atlanta when you watched.
We were watching at the bar, having some cocktails.
It was incredible. That was amazing, dude. That guy hits bombs. So props to him. How old is Schwarber, by the way? Though I feel like he's been around for a minute.
Well, he was at the Cubbies very young.
Was it? Yeah, it was. I mean, I just associate him with like Rizzo and those other dudes.
32.
He's only 32.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So a 5-year deal gets him to 37, which feels about right.
Yeah, it does.
And if he produces the next couple of years, you're going to look at 30 mil a years. Not a bargain, but a pretty good deal for Schwarbs. So, all right, there you go. Some baseball news. Back to football. And again, we're going to give away some prizes in a few minutes. We're going to play Rich's Kids over under. It's going to be a fun one. I think we're going to have fun with that. But I wanted to point out one particular game, this NFL Sunday,
okay,
and get your vibe on it because we're talking
about
it.
We wrapped up Week 14 yesterday. Let's get into 15. Can you believe it's Week 15, dude? We're going to be in Santa Clara representing before you know it.
Jeez.
Can't wait. We'll be out there at the Super Bowl chilling, bringing all the fun to you like we always do, cool interviews. But honestly, I don't know what it is. This feels like the fastest season of my lifetime. I'm not even kidding you. It really does. Week 15, let's go. What game interests you, man? What's standing out?
It's that post-COVID
it really is, dude.
It's perception of time moving faster.
I know Jay Stu hates when people say, time's flying, am I right? Week 15? What in the hell? How's that even possible? What's standing out, man?
Isn't there some psychological reason behind it? Like, as the older you get, there's, it's a lower percentage of your life.
It feels like your time moves faster as you get older.
When you were a kid, I think about because my kids
school days felt like they took forever.
Dude, when you meet my kids in a few minutes when we play this game, my kids are 5 and 8. A summer vacation or like a Christmas.
I get it. It's a longer percentage of their life, so it feels longer. I mean, I understand
that's absolutely
logic behind that, but it's just bonkers to realize that we're at Week 15 already. Like, I feel like, and we were just talking about the World Series. We're already talking about Super Bowl coming up.
Yeah, there's a couple games that I find to be ridiculously intriguing. Lions at Rams. We thought the Lions were sort of dead, right? And then all of a sudden they beat the Cowboys on Thursday night. They're coming off of a little extra rest. They come out here to L.A., so they got to travel, but they got extra rest. That's a big one. We'll talk about that later in the week. Broncos, Packers, another big one. But
man, those are some good ones.
AFC East.
Okay.
I think you keep saying not only do you think everyone's downplaying the 11-2 Patriots?
There's a few teams that just aren't sexy or haven't convinced us enough yet.
Oh, you're not a Drake May guy?
That we continue to leave out. Dan Seahawks is one of them. You leave him out all the time. Wes in Vegas knows it too. He called you out on it because we're just not convinced for whatever reason. You could throw the Broncos and the Texans in that mix. Texans are proving that their defense is elite. And absolutely, the Patriots, bro. What more do they need to do to prove to you, to anyone, that they're legit this year?
Now, when you look at their 2 losses, they came within the first couple weeks of the season. DB will tell you that in the beginning of the year, week 1, remember Danny G came in here like, oh, my Raiders 1-0. The Raiders beat the Pats week 1.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know.
And to think that even existed, that makes you realize how the NFL season is long.
Looking back, that makes no sense.
Like the Raiders, really in New England?
And considering the Patriots look, I don't want to say that they're unstoppable, but they look really, really good. And the playoffs may have to go through New England. And that was the first half that was even, I remember. And then the Raiders turned it on in the second half. And I'm like, see, Pete Carroll, Patriots have a long way to go. That was bad analysis considering where we are now.
The Raiders also beat the Ravens 2 years ago in the beginning of the season. You're like, what?
Yeah. And then in week 3, when we were like, man, Aaron Rodgers got it going on. And looks like they have something cooking right now. But
they got something.
Week 3, they won 21-14.
They win when they have to. They show that they still got a little something left. I don't know if that's a Tomlin thing, but Rodgers looked decent.
All right. Now, I hate when people say, well, look who they beat. Because you only play who's on your schedule. DB will tell you, the NFC West has been accused of that for years because if they lie, like the Niners and the Seahawks will have a big year and it's like, well, they played no one. You can only play who's on your schedule. I hate that sentiment of their schedule's weak. But other than their win over the Bills, right, they win division games. They beat the Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons, Jets, Bengals, who were in disarray, and they just beat the Giants. It really is a bottom feeder schedule. I just named a bunch of really bad teams.
I can't disagree.
I just may have named the worst teams in the NFL. So when you see the Bills, and then again they play that division, and their division's sort of meager because they play after the Bills. They play the Jets again, and the Dolphins, who are fighting. Dolphins are hanging in there on a thread.
They've won 4 straight,
and they play the Ravens, who are fighting for something, but they could very well be 14-3, and maybe a soft 14-3, but then again, maybe not.
I don't think so. I think when you watch them play,
they're effective. They're disciplined, too.
Yes, correct. You're like, okay, that's a good football team, no matter who's on the other side. And you see what Drake May has done in just his second year. They're using all of their weapons, whether it be Stephon Diggs or Keyshawn Boutte or Hunter Henry or whoever. Everybody's being used. They've got a great running game now with Stevenson, they look like a really good football team.
Yeah, it's still the NFL, and they've won 10 in a row, dude.
Yeah, that's quite impressive.
The point differential, there's only 3 teams right now with a plus 100 point differential, and the Patriots are one of the 3.
So, damn, shame on me for downplaying them, but I think of all the games we talked about this week, all eyes from me on Buffalo going to New England, because Josh Allen and that team that's, done that, they've been to the playoffs, it seems like every year. They're going against a team that has won 10 in a row, including one of those wins is against them.
Let me simplify it. Some teams are just so good that maybe it's a little boring sometimes. Like, there's something about the Patriots that aren't exciting. Drake May's exciting, but don't you feel like they're a little boring?
Well, I like Vrabel,
like Oklahoma City Thunder. Like, they're great. We know they're great, and they have great chemistry, and there's a lot of young players that are really great, but they're kind of boring. You know what I mean? Like, there's something about them that doesn't excite you unless you're a fan of that team.
And it's not just sports. I know what you're saying. Like, sometimes, I'll give you the lamest analogy. You ever watch, like, a competition show? Remember, like, back in the day, like, American Idol? Like, wow, what an amazing singer, but they do nothing for me.
Well, bam, honestly, yeah. I know exactly
wow,
what you mean
she's got a beautiful voice. But
that's how I feel about them.
No feelings.
And that's why it's hard to convince, I think, Rich and a lot of people that they're really legit.
Can I give you guys my theory?
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
I think it's denial.
Are we in denial that they're good again?
We spent 20 years with the Patriots dynasty, then Brady left and they sucked, and we're like, oh, great, the Patriots are going to suck for 20, 30 years.
They didn't suck long enough
for us. They sucked for 5 years, and now they're good again.
Not enough suffering.
Like, can you imagine being a Bills fan right now?
Yeah.
You had your window, and you don't even make it to a Super Bowl, and now the Patriots win on Sunday. They win the AFC East.
You were supposed to suck longer, New England?
It
is surprising.
I totally think it's denial.
Man, I think that's definitely part of it, Bo. I think you're onto something for sure.
And the Jets and the Dolphins just stand by, and it's like that team was a dynasty, sucked, and now they're good again, and we're just still floating by.
But guess what? We'll find out this week, so that's exciting.
Well, hey, we got a game that you guys are going to want to play. So we're going to give away Covino and Rich, Fox Sports Radio, Nerf Turbo Footballs. 877-99 on Fox. It's very simple.
These are our high-tech, brand-new ones with the sweet, swirly grip on them.
Oh, it's great.
They're a little heavier. They're really cool.
Again, the number, if you want in on the winning, 877-99 on Fox. We're going to play next. It's a game called Rich's Kids Over Under. Will my kids go over under Covino's number? We're going to play. It's sports questions, pop culture questions. They're 5 and 8. It'll be fun. You guys will win some prizes. Again, if you want in, 877.
Are they going to freeze up like Michigan J. Frog?
I certainly hope not. If they, they do, they're punished.
Because they're in the lobby right now. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. And if they get on mic, they're going to be like, ribbit. I'm going to be disappointed.
I know. You know, put the pressure on them.
Everybody's doing the varsity drag. I see Ben outside. He's going to be here croaking like a frog in a minute.
All right, well, hey, we got more Covino and Rich and prizes next at 877-99 on Fox. Now, quick timeout. And a holiday upgrade check, Covino. You still watching games on an old, small, weak TV? Well, you're only seeing half the game. You're missing out a lot. You got to up your game. TCL, their QM8K QD Mini LED, the real MVP, ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels for the ultimate experience. Picture so clear, you'll taste the turf.
And it's not just football.
Whoa.
Not just football games. You can watch Squid Games. I was watching Squid Games. Movies look cinematic. Games feel smoother. Yeah. And yes, everybody notices. You got people coming by for the big fight. They're like, whoa, man, every week is fight night at your place.
Well, here's the holiday play. TCL TVs, the savings are insane. They're off the hook. Get premium with the QM8K, brilliant picture, huge sound, the ultimate choice, or grab the versatile QM6K for an elevated game day experience.
Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experiences with epic savings and undeniable bragging rights all season long. Get it while supplies last.
TCL Ultimate, official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details.
Livy Dunn's buns in the sun.
Yeah, well, I just was doing my research for the show,
Yeah, well, apparently she's in Hawaii vacationing with future Yankee, her boyfriend, Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
He goes to the Yankees. I mean, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, Libby Dunn bought a place in New York City, but she is a model and gymnast and all social media.
Hold on. Not only did she buy a place in New York City, he's also been telling his teammates, that's a true story, apparently. He's been telling teammates that he wants to play in New York.
They denied that.
I mean, those are rumors, but I believe them.
Who started that rumor? Austin Wells?
Me?
Who started that rumor? Anthony Volpe?
His teammates.
Oh, no, his teammates.
He made it very clear, like, this isn't the place to be. This is where superstars go to die. I want to play in New York.
Well, Livy Dunn, the headline is Toast and Buns in the Sun on Hawaiian Vacation with Paul Skeens. And there you go. If you watch it on the YouTube, buns are out. Sun's out, buns out. And Covino and I disagree on one major thing here. When you're with your wife or girlfriend or whoever you're dating, whoever you're with, Covino's way anti-booty out.
Well, hold on. Let's make this clear. I love a nice booty. I'm saying the person I'm with. So, hey, if there's women walking around with their cheeks out, you better believe I'll be looking at them, and that's the problem. If I'm hanging out with my buddies' wives, and my buddies' wives are all walking around with their asses out, how is that appropriate when everyone's looking at each other?
I mean, it's the appropriate swimwear for 2025.
It's not appropriate. That's why you can't wear stuff like that at Disneyland, because it's not appropriate. I mean, just because it's in style and because young women are doing it doesn't mean that everybody should be doing it. Go to a water park. You think everybody should be dressing like that? Absolutely not. Well, leave some to the imagination. That's why it was a big story in the New York Post this week. Even athleisure, athletic wear, has gone too far and too skimpy, where it's distracting at the gym, where women are showing lots of crevassier, a lot of crevice, a lot exposed, a lot revealed, nothing to the imagination, to the point where other women are uncomfortable. It's a national story. It's not me judging or anything like that. It's a story all over the New York Post. Men are going to see it, and men are going to like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm saying as a dad of a teenager, as the boyfriend of a young woman, amongst mixed company and family, that's inappropriate. What you're doing in your own time, on your own vacation, when it's just you and her, that's fine. Whatever. You want to tan your ass? Go right ahead.
Who doesn't want to tan ass?
Right.
I'm just saying.
But Rich is condoning that this is okay amongst mixed company.
All right, style.
That's awkward.
Style,
you think I want Danny G looking at my girlfriend's ass?
Style dictates what the cuts of bathing suits are.
Wait, I never did that.
That's what I'm saying, though. Let's say we all went away.
Avert your eyes, sir.
Yeah.
Style dictates what cuts of bathing suits are popular, right? Like men's.
Doesn't mean
men's
that other ones are
trunks.
non-existent.
Are you gonna let me get a word in, or are you just gonna vent about how lame you are?
You can say lame, or, I mean, how about leaving some to the imagination?
What's next,
Why do you
Rich?
need to show your wife's ass to
Nude
everybody?
beaches? Nude beaches? Is that what you want?
You sound like a voyeur to me. Like, everybody, check out my wife's ass.
I mean, what do you want? Do you want women to wear bathing suits like it's the 1920s and they're on the boardwalk like,
no.
hello, my baby,
No,
hello, my
because
darling.
because there's a compromise, and they still sell, like, pretty
A
revealing
sarong.
and sexy bathing suits.
If you want,
you act like you have to wear a grandma
If
bathing
you want
suit.
old lady bathing suits, where are you going to find them? Walmart, Target, like women
they're
shop.
They're not old. There's compromise.
Women shop online.
How you gonna
She's
feel?
showing ankle.
Yeah, how you gonna feel when your daughter's dressing like that? You're cool with it?
Yeah, I guess so, because it's the times.
No, you're
what are
not.
You gonna do?
You're cool with it because she's 8 years old. That's why you're cool with it.
I'm telling you, you're like going against the style. I saw a picture of your girlfriend with all her friends on a trip, and she was the only girl wearing like a full bottom bathing suit. Like,
You
she
know
bought
why?
it at like.
Because she has class. No one wants to see your nasty ass. Nope. Not everybody should be dressing like that.
It's
too revealing. It is.
So
guys
you think
don't
you
do
think
that.
you think Libby
are
Dunn-
guys showing bottom beanbag? Are guys doing that? Should I be doing that? I don't know. No, because it's not appropriate. Just because it's the style doesn't make it right.
Triple B,
That-
bottom
and by the way,
beanbag.
that doesn't mean I'm not staring and I'm not admiring sometimes. Of course I am. I'm a man.
But you want Libby Dunn wearing full bottom bathing suit on vacation with her?
No, because she's not my girlfriend. I don't care.
Yeah, but
So if she wants to rock that, I'm like, go for her. Good for her. I
If
don't
you
care.
were going away with some friends for a weekend, you would tell your girlfriend, like, no, don't
yeah, because
expose
I
that
know what a
butt.
pervert and creep you are.
Oh,
so
me.
why would I want my
Me.
girlfriend walking around like that in front of you? Yes, you. Yes. So why would I want that? Why would I want that? Guys are going to be guys.
Monty, your thoughts, because Monty, you came to our anniversary party,
he's
and I feel
lying.
like
guys are going to be guys. So just because it's my girlfriend, you mean Rich isn't going to look at her? Well, think about it. I'm not saying women shouldn't be in style. I'm not saying women shouldn't wear these.
Listen to yourself.
I'm saying they shouldn't wear them amongst family and friends. It's a family affair, man. We welcome the whole family. We got the kiddies in the studio. Happy holidays from our family to yours. It feels like Stevie's Playhouse.
Woo! Let's go.
Welcome to Stevie's Playhouse because we welcome Rich's kids. We're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. Tire Rack, the way tire buying should be.
And Sesame Street. Help raise us all. Question 1. My kids, Emmy and Ben are here. Who's your favorite Sesame Street character? Elmo. Okay, Elmo.
I like Guy Smiley. You know why? No.
Cookie Monster.
No, Guy Smiley's the best because he looks like your dad.
Okay,
Guy
chill.
Smiley.
Sesame Street helped raise us all. Now it's your turn. Donate this season at sesame.org because the world needs Sesame and Sesame needs you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a game with my kids. A little over-under. Sam, hit me up with some fun kids music in the background. Sports or pop culture questions. And Covino, we're going to have you set the over-under.
All right. Easy, breezy, beautiful. Let's go. But it's your chance to win a CNR on FSR coveted stocking stuffer. It's our Nerf football. It's the brand new turbo ball. Fun for all ages. And it's your chance to win. 877-99 on Fox.
All right. Here's the deal. I'm going to have you guys pick a city. By the way, tell everyone your name. What's your name?
Benny. Emmy.
Benny and Emmy. All right. Here we go.
Benny and Emmy.
All right. You got that right. Good job. All right. So I'm going to name some towns. You tell me where you want to go. Glendale, Arizona, Sacramento, Tulsa, Big Bear, Oklahoma, or Los Angeles?
Wait, what?
Pick a city of those.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Okay, perfect. We'll
Wow,
go to Travis.
I'm surprised they didn't go with Big Bear.
I know. Well, we're going to play a few rounds. So let's go to Travis. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to ask my kids a question. You don't answer right away. Covino's going to set the odds. 30 seconds, and you just got to pick over, under. Question 1, Covino.
Okay.
In 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds, between the two of them, right?
Yeah, they're working together as a little team.
All right, they're a tandem.
All right, here we go. First question.
Little.
How many NFL football teams can my kids name in 30 seconds?
In 30 seconds, 9.
9.
In 30 seconds?
In 30 seconds. In
30 seconds?
Okay, so,
All of them.
All right, well, chill, Ben. Travis, do you think under or over 9?
Way over.
Oh, boy, the pressure's on. All right, we have the timer set at 30 seconds. And when I point to you, you start naming football teams.
Wait, points?
No, just name all the football teams you can think of. Ready? You ready, Ben? Okay, ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Green Bay Packers, 49ers, Chargers, Bears.
That's 4. Keep going. Rams. Come on, keep going.
Money.
You don't have to whisper. Go.
Then just do it. It's ticking.
Come on. Come on. That's 10 seconds. Come on.
Ben, do it.
Come on. Come on. You got it. Oh, you got 5. You got 5 teams.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, yeah.
He said over?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, man, it's different when the pressure's on.
Yeah.
By the way, I think I said when I said set 30-second timer, I think all of our phones did it in the studio. Like it caught it. All right. Next.
And by the way, I want to vouch that I know these kids know all of them. They really do.
Did you get nervous because we're on the radio?
Yeah. Wait, I got nervous and I was shaking because the timer was going tick-tock.
Okay. All right,
Very stressful.
All right, very stressful. Next question. By the way, thank you, Travis. You want to go to Big Bear next, or you want to go to Tulsa, Oklahoma? Where do you want to go?
Big Bear.
Let's go to Big Bear and say hi to Steve. Hey, Steve, you there?
Yes.
All right, I'm on dad duty today, so we're going to play over-under. 30 seconds. Steve Covino.
Okay.
How many Disney characters from movies and TV shows do you think my kids can name in 30 seconds?
30 seconds goes
This
quick.
is going to be hard.
All right.
Oh.
Disney characters is easier than football teams,
Okay.
I think. But I still think 9 is a pretty solid number. I think if they could name 9, I'd be impressed. 9.
All right, 9. Steve, over, under 9?
I'm going to go with under.
Under 9.
I think I could do over than that.
Oh, okay. Let's go. On the count of 3, the
I
timer's...
think I could do all of them.
Oh, you said that last time. All right. On the count of 3, name every Disney character you can think of. You got to get 9 in 30 seconds. Ready? 3,
Okay.
2, 1, go.
Elsa, Anna, Olaf, Mabel, Dipper,
Okay. That's 5.
Aladdin.
Yep.
Ariel.
What?
Woody. Ariel.
Think of all the movies you know.
All the movies.
They need one more. It's
Lightyear.
10
Buzz
seconds.
Lightyear.
Buzz, that's 9.
One more.
Ben,
Any other princess?
Ben,
or do-
Ben,
what?
just
What?
Just do it.
Just say it.
Mulan.
Mulan. Was that at the buzzer? Are we counting that at the buzzer?
Sam.
I'll count it.
All right. There you go. Over. Sorry. Oh, sorry, Steve.
buddy. They snuck Mulan in with the
Actually, you know what? I
Mulan
think it was
buzzer
after the
beater.
buzzer. I think it was after the buzzer.
All right. Well, hey.
I forgot Stitch. How can I forget my favorite?
All right.
I
One
don't
more.
know,
We're
man.
going to play one more quick round. Then we're going to go to Dan Byer, who has an update.
That
okay?
was a tough one.
Okay.
All right. One more. Ben, get on your chair. Come on. Stop climbing around like a little monkey. All right. One more question.
This is madness.
He's a chip off the old blockhead, this guy.
Sam, you want kids or what? You want to? All right. Let's go to Glendale and say hi to Art. Art in Glendale. What's up, buddy?
Man, what it do?
What
Don't let me down, Ben, in here. I believe in the kids.
All right.
So let's go.
He believes in you. All right. So what we're going to do is the third category is baseball players.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Baseball.
Covino, how many
Yes.
baseball players in 30 seconds?
Wow, this is tough. You know why? Because, I'm a baseball fan, but I feel like even I'm limited with, I'm Yankees all the way. These kids are Dodgers, Mets. I don't know how much.
Sometimes a little yank.
Ooh, a little Okay. All right. So how many baseball players? I'm going magic number 7.
7. Okay.
7.
7 or 6?
No, 7.
No.
7 and
don't
30
say it.
seconds.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. All right. 7. Do you think over or under, Art?
I'm going under because I thought they was. When you said Dodgers Mets, they gonna name all the Dodgers, so I'm gonna go. I predict they 6, but I'm going under.
Okay. Under 7. 30 seconds. Ben, get on the microphone. What are you doing? He's playing with hand sanitizer. All right. Let's go. Get in there. Come
Ben,
on.
where's your radio etiquette? Come
Come
on.
on. We're on the radio.
No,
People
he's
are
like his
listening
dad.
to this.
He's just like his dad.
Pay attention.
No control in this kid.
All right. Your 30 seconds. You have to name baseball players. Starts now.
Otani.
Otani. I heard Lindor.
Mookie Betts.
Okay.
Otani.
Nimmo.
That's 4.
That's 4. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, anyone. Padres, you name it. Come on.
10 seconds.
Come on.
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge. Okay. That's
Good one.
5.
One more.
Yeah, come on.
Do it.
Come on.
Ben, do you know anymore? Tatis.
Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. He
So
won.
you win.
He win. There you go. He
win,
won.
man.
There you go.
Told you I believe in the kids, man.
You win,
There you
buddy.
go. Good job, Art. Wins a prize. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, and great job, Emmy and Ben.
You
And
guys-
Ben, man, he's a wild guy, just like his dad. Look at him. He
All
can't
right.
control this kid.
All right.
He
You know what?
thinks I'm getting hand sanitizer.
Yeah, stop. Get away from the hand sanitizer.
You know why? I don't know where those hands have been. That's
I
why.
know. Picking his nose and butt.
Emmy
All right,
and Ben,
thank
great
you guys.
job. Great job, Emmy Bear.
Good
great
job,
job,
pal.
Benny Boy. Those
You
are
get,
Rich's,
you get a special prize.
Rich's nose-picking
It was so
kids.
scary.
That's what it was scary. Don't worry, we mess up every time we play games too. All right, let's say do this. Say let's go to Dan Byer for an update.
What?
Say let's go to
go to
Dan.
Dan Byer.
Let's go to
Let's
Dan.
go to Dan Byer.
All right.
Let's go. All right. Thank you, buddy.
All right. I love it. Phillip Rivers is back in the game. The 44-year-old quarterback coming out of retirement, signing with the Indianapolis Colts practice squad. There's a chance he could play Sunday in Week 15 against the Seahawks. DK Metcalf should be fine for the Steelers in their game Monday against the Dolphins in Week 15. Metcalf had to stay overnight in Baltimore following their win against the Ravens because of a stomach issue. Head coach Mike Tomlin, though, says that he feels that Metcalf will be available on Monday. Phillies signed slugger Kyle Schwarber to a 5-year deal to stay in the city of brotherly love. It's worth $150 million. Dodgers are signing former Mets closer Edwin Diaz to a 3-year, $69 million deal. The White Sox won the MLB draft lottery. They'll have the number 1 overall pick in the MLB draft in 2026. For the 4th time, Dodger star Shohei Ohtani named the AP's Male Athlete of the Year for 2025. Asia Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. Every goal starts with an assist on and off the field. That's why Haley On and U.S. Soccer are launching For the Assist, a celebration of everyday acts of support that help people achieve their goals with iconic brands like Sensodyne, Tums, Voltaren, Advil, and Centrum. To learn more, go to HaleyOnAssist.com. ESPN reports the Hawks are optimistic that guard Trae Young can return from his MCL injury by the end of December. NBA Cup quarterfinals, the Heat lead the Magic 30-15 with 90 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And Indiana topped Ohio State in the Big Ten title game this past Saturday. 18.3 million viewers watched the title game on Fox. It was the most watched Big Ten championship game on record and the most watched championship game of this past weekend. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. And thank you, Rich, and your kids. That was a lot of fun, man. And thank you guys for playing the game.
Thanks for hanging and dealing with these little knuckleheads. Like I said, my wife's out of town, so I was like, you know what? I could do the show from home. Or I could bring them in here.
Oh,
and
I appreciate it.
thank you, my buddy Scott, for bringing the kids in.
Thank you, Scott.
All right,
hey, can I give a little shout out real quick?
Yeah, hold on. Are you mad that you forgot anyone? Who'd you forget that you're mad about? A lot of them? You said what, Freddie Freeman?
And also Polar Bear Pete.
You forgot Polar Bear Pete.
Oh, well, that's because he's not going to be a Met next year, so don't worry about it. Yeah.
No, wait, really? We don't know. I
just broke their little Met dreams. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a rumor.
You know who's not on the Mets anymore? And he's on the Dodgers now?
Who?
Edwin Diaz. You know the guy that comes into the trumpet song?
Dude, you're going to make her cry.
I know. I'm sorry. Am I breaking your heart right now?
Yeah.
Maybe that means you're a Mets fan, baby.
Wow.
All right. Well, hey, we got more Covino and Rich. We'll talk some more NFL. Get you ready for Week 15. We'll do that next, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
There's a lot of controversy about Christy Martin and Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney getting a lot of backlash about her portrayal of Christy Martin, and she's the reason why it flopped. The movie's flopping, is terrible in the box office.
Let's flop it more.
Oh, geez, here comes
her. No, I won't even go there. I'm too classy for that. But you know what? I got to say this.
All right, Freddie Blassie.
You know what the problem is?
All right, James Lennon Jr.
You know what the problem is? It's you. It's me. It's you. It's everyone. Everyone has whack-ass expectations. What did you think? Did you think this was going to make hundreds of millions of dollars in the box office? No one gives a shit because it's in the theater. But it did get us thinking about biopics we've watched over the years where some people really immerse themselves in the character and others miss the mark.
Okay, so we got 3 good ones, 3 bad ones. Of course, you could add to our list at Covino and Rich.
You decide.
At Fox Sports Radio, hashtag overpromised. You make the call. 3 good ones that we agree on.
By the way, the proof is you're not going to see it, but I guarantee the minute it's on HBO, Prime, Netflix, you're going to be the first one to watch it. You just don't want to get off your ass.
There's a lot of sour grapes, a lot of jealousy, a lot of people just hating on Sydney Sweeney. That's why Christy Martin herself came out today saying, hey, everybody back off. I fight for women. I'm going to stand up for her. She did a great job.
You talking about weenies that were mad at her jeans ad?
There's a lot of people who are just jealous of who she is, have a problem with that ad. You had Ruby Rose, other actors saying that, she was a cretin and she ruined the movie. There's a lot of people just hating on her because she's hot.
To quote James Franco, don't be so peanut butter and jelly.
All right,
Come on.
Some of the good ones, Rami Malek, Bohemian Rhapsody, undeniably great.
I think you and I came up with a top 3 that is undeniable. He was Freddie Mercury. I think he was Freddie Mercury. This is a great one to put on the top 3. Can I give you another one?
Yeah.
A guy that I think he, by the end of the movie, thought he was Abe Lincoln. Daniel Day-Lewis as Abraham Lincoln, unbelievable. Not the Vampire Hunter one. Like, this is like the actual biopic.
I was going to say, I'm a huge fan of the Vampire Slayer, but you're right. This one was good, too.
Wait, he didn't hunt vampires?
No, he did not slay them, hunt them, or anything. But when he was Abe Lincoln, I was like, yo, this is so convincing. I feel like I'm in 1865.
Margot Robbie as Tanya Harding, I thought was a great movie. I wasn't expecting that. Good movie, really good.
I thought she was fantastic. And
you know who else was in that before they were super famous? Paul Walter Hauser. He was one of the goons.
Oh, Stingray?
Yes, Stingray was
from Cobra Kai.
Wasn't he Galooly?
He was one of those dudes in the movie, yeah, but we didn't really know him that well back then. But really good movie. Really good movie.
And you know what? Margot Robbie played down the looks just enough because I was like, you don't want to watch this movie thinking like, man, I want to get with Tanya Harding. She played it perfectly, gave that little redneck vibe. I really think Margot Robbie, not only beautiful, but fantastic. I thought I, Tonya, definitely got my attention.
I gotta say, we're not forgetting the Doors movie. We're not forgetting some of the other greats, right? So you could add to the list.
We're
like
allowed
we
to
said.
have our favorites. Those are our favorites.
Those are the ones we agreed on.
Want to go over the shit list?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yo, I'm such a hypocrite here because how could you say you hate something if you've never seen it? I couldn't be convinced by the trailer. I never saw Ali because I'm like, Will Smith, I'm not convinced. I couldn't even.
My man.
Bro, I couldn't even put myself in the mindset.
And when Rich and I agree, it's fact. I'm not a big Will Smith fan anyway, but I am a big Ali fan, and I could never accept him as Muhammad Ali. So it may be the greatest movie ever, but I'm like, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I'm like, I am not supporting this.
I do like Will. I know you don't. I like Will, but when he's Ali, all I see is Will Smith trying to be Ali. Like,
Plus,
I don't.
Can anyone really capture the dynamic personality and greatness of Muhammad Ali? That's really it. It's like, even as great as Will Smith is or could be, it's still not Ali to me.
You know what?
So.
I think number 2 on the bunk list, she could capture the hotness, but apparently everything was wrong about the beautiful Ana de Armas as Marilyn Monroe.
She's so hot. She's so talented. But you're right. I watched the movie and it didn't suck, but I could never get past the accent.
It was like,
how are you Marilyn Monroe with an accent? This, along with Ali.
Yeah.
Rich and I haven't seen it, but based on the reviews, based on the reaction, the only one that seemed to be impressed with the smashing machine was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I saw him get a standing ovation.
Smash.
He was crying, but people are saying this movie was ass.
Smash.
And it's his portrayal of Mark Kerr, the mixed martial art fighter, the wrestler, the fighter. Five gold rings. I like Beaker.
I love this.
The Muppets 12 Days of Christmas.
Oh, boy.
Iowa Sam on the ones and twos. Happy holidays from CNR on FSR, Covino, and Rich. Thanks again to Bo for filling in for the very sick Danny G, who is feeling better. I got word from him today. He was like, yeah, man, I'll be right back as soon as I can.
That's how he coughs.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Bo, and of course,
thanks again to your kiddos, man.
Iowa Sam.
Can I just say, your son Ben is a chip off the old blockhead, like I said. He went off the rails. The kid kicked his shoes off.
Yeah, he took his shoes off and started playing with the hand sanitizer.
It's like, hey, we're on the air, kid. Have you learned nothing from watching your dad all these years?
So you saw my kid acting that way? Picture 12 of those, and that's coaching T-ball, by the way.
No, that was so fun, dude. It was great. And if you want to watch the mayhem on Stevie's Playhouse, Covino and Rich with his kids, it's on YouTube. Covino and Rich FSR, along with our bonus pod, Overpromised. And we welcome Jimmy Jam, the producer and sports fan. Can I say Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis? Jimmy Jam will be on Overpromised this week talking sports. But can I just say a little shout out real quick?
Please
I'll
do.
be on TV tonight. I forgot to mention this on our Patreon show. We're on Patreon Monday through Friday. Join the fun. But Fox Sports Radio Nation set the DVR on Mysteries Unearthed tonight with Danny Trejo, La Onda, Tortuga, Vatos Locos Forever. Danny Trejo hosts a show on the History Channel called Mysteries Unearthed.
What are you unearthing?
I don't know, bro.
What
but I'm on
what
there.
business?
I'm representing, dude.
I'm going to watch because you're on it, but
I'm on there, and it's
Who are
called
you?
Famous Finds, a brand new episode. It's about famous finds. So I was like, yo, man.
Oh, did you tell the story about how you tricked a kid into giving you his Lou Alcindor basketball card?
Yeah, it's all kinds of fun stuff. It's like unexpected discoveries, mysteries unearthed.
Oh, is it sort of like when some old person will find, like, I have Jackie Robinson's baseball bat in my garage?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a new episode tonight. Brand new episode. Mysteries Unearthed with Danny Trejo and your boy Covino representing. Right
Nice.
now we're live from Fox Sports Radio studio, and every goal starts with an assist on and off the field. That's why Haleon and U.S. Soccer are launching For the Assist, a celebration of everyday acts of support that help people achieve their goals with iconic brands like Sensodyne, Tums, and Voltaren, Advil, and Centrum. To learn more, go to HaleonAssist.com.
Now, I don't want to make this just about the Mets, so let me broaden this up to just sports fans in general. You know what a bad look is? Nike Monarchs? No. Know what a bad look is?
Phillip Rivers bolo tie?
A bad look is when...
How about Cam Newton's ridiculous hat?
A bad look is when you...
Dude, if I wore that Cam Newton hat, you guys would laugh me out of the studio.
Which one?
Why do we give
He's
him
got
a
new
pass?
one every week.
I think a bad look is when, as a sports fan...
The one with the blue candle wax all over it.
You don't... you don't take the L.
It's artistic.
When you don't take the L as a sports fan and you start rationalizing... I think it's a weak-ass look. Like, it could be NBA, it could be football, baseball. If your team loses out in free agency or, I don't know, you lose a draft pick or something, whatever the case may be, you almost got to man up. Like, I'll at least say, as a Mets fan, I feel like I'm manning up and saying, hey, Mets couldn't deliver what Diaz wanted. I don't blame them for going to L.A. The Dodgers gave him a slightly better deal. The Mets didn't have a chance to match because they should have outbid the Dodgers to begin with. You're chasing the Dodgers. You're not in the driver's seat, Stearns.
Yeah.
Steve Cohen. Because I'm saying I'm watching a lot of New York press.
Yeah. It's
right?
a tough one.
Guys we used to work with at SNY and WFAN. And you know what they're all doing? They're all doing like, good riddance. And it's like, nah, you sound like a weenie. You sound like a sore loser. You're lost. Yeah, good riddance. Good riddance.
I think Bo nailed it before.
You know what it's like? It's like
this isn't about the money. This one wasn't about the money. It's either about the culture the Mets had, which really can't compete to the winning culture that the Dodgers are providing, and lifestyle, man. Maybe it was a simple lifestyle choice. It is, despite your politics and what you may think or whatever, it's beautiful living out here in California.
Yeah. I mean, as I was saying, I'm a New Yorker who lives in Southern California,
Exactly.
so how can I blame Edwin Diaz? But my point is, it's like if you get dumped by a smart, intelligent, well-rounded, beautiful woman, and you're like, yeah, she sucked anyway. Nah, you're a loser, and she just got rid of you. Now you're rationalizing. If you're a Mets fan, you're rationalizing right now, and I refuse to be the Mets fan that's like, yeah, well, you know what? He's not worth a good riddance.
I would say good riddance if he didn't produce for you.
Well, you know what? I would say the real and right response isn't one of New York media, isn't one of Frank the Tank losing his mind on Barstool. I think the real answer is, hey, Mets, you played yourself. You didn't offer enough money.
They're just experiencing the stages of trauma and loss and anger and all those things.
It's true, though. It's like good riddance. A guy that gave you, flawless ninth innings, a guy that, delivered and gave you Timmy Trumpets. Like, you underappreciated him. You could argue they should have overspent for Diaz because you always pointed out how last year they almost lost Alonso, and they'll probably lose him this year because of that same narrative. Stearns, the Mets front office, they say they're Mets fans, but they're cheapskates.
If you were Alonso, would you want to stay there now that your closer left?
Well, you could be.
Like I said, the same thing about Cody Bellinger. Not only did they lose Diaz, they lost some star players that were maybe on the fence.
I just think if you're Pete Alonso, though, you could, if the Mets ever do win one, which, God, who knows, right? If you ever do win one, you would go down as the greatest Met of all time, and maybe that means something to Pete. It's a team he came up with. Other than that, if I'm him, arrivederci. And speaking of which, we'll see you guys later. Enjoy your Taco Tuesday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
No more Timmy Trumpets on this show.
No more. Goodbye, guys.